Once again, my name is Reid Sanders. All my contact information is right here. Cell phone number, email address, Twitter. Feel free to contact me, hit me up. I'll respond, I answer. Buddy and Woody, I'm assuming you guys are hopping soon. Thanks for setting this up. But like Coach said, we're going to talk about pass protection, really diving into it. And then towards the end, after we go through man and then half side protection, we'll kind of talk about a protection that when I was a GA, my O-line coach that I worked under put together. It was about 2012, 13-ish. And it got to the point, this was the only protection we ran. I mean, he locked me in a room and made me draw up almost every blitz known to man, and I had to work it out. And it got to the point that was the only protection we ran, and it pretty much picked up everything. Obviously, if they brought more than six, you had to throw hot. But other than that, they brought five. You could pretty much guarantee your running back was going to get out into protection, and you were good to go. So we'll get going. I won't spend a lot of time on the half side and that kind of stuff because I'm pretty sure everyone kind of understands at least the gist of it, but I'll touch on it and just show you how I teach it so we can kind of get to the nitty gritty. What is this thing doing? File. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, all right, here we go. So a little bit about myself. Like I said, back in 2012, my career kind of got cut short to injuries. So I knew I kind of wanted to get into coaching. My stepdad's a coach. I think this might be his 15th, 16th year in the NFL. So it's kind of something that I kind of knew I really kind of wanted to get into. So I didn't want to work with quarterbacks because I really didn't like my quarterback coach, even though he was my coach for the previous 3 years. So I was like, man, I'm going to go work with the offensive line. It was by far the best thing that I ever done. I learned a lot more about football, the ins and outs, and I kind of really loved it. So I was at Southern from 2012 when I finished playing to 2015. I was fortunate enough, my old high school coach was the OC at Georgia State. Running back job came open. He plugged me in, so I was there for 2 years, and we got let go at the end of the 16th season. I went back to Southern as the running back coach, and then opportunity presented itself 2 years ago to become the offensive coordinator at St. Augustine High School down in New Orleans. Gave me an opportunity to call plays and continue to grow as a coach, so I jumped on it. So currently I'm still the offensive coordinator there, but I'm in the process of relocating to California. So as soon as I find out where I'm next, I'll let you guys know. A little bit about the table of contents. I mean, why pass protection must be a collective effort, especially as an offensive coordinator and obviously being an O-line GA and being a running back coach. If the quarterback room, offensive line room, and the running back room aren't on the same page, it's no good. And obviously the main thing is keeping your quarterback protected. And because like I tell them all the time, if you put it on film that you can't protect it, you'll see it every single week. So we try to nip it in the bud early, and then we're able to drop back and throw the ball as much as we want to. Obviously, your kids got to understand half side and man protection. And obviously it's going to be a continuous progression. That's how I'm going to teach you guys just the same way we teach our players, and they kind of understand it. And give your quarterback the keys. Past 2 years, obviously, as an offensive coordinator, I didn't signal in one protection. It was on the quarterback. He knew based on the play that what protection to call, because I always wanted to kind of give him the chalk last, and I didn't want him to – I ran into the fact, well, Coach, I thought he said this. I thought, well, you know what? Here, quarterback, I'm going to give you all the keys. You protect yourself. We're going to go over it. We're going to rep it in practice. And I think it was really successful for us. Another huge thing I'm going to talk about is wasting the running back in pass protection. A lot of time, if you have side and the stuff I see, obviously when I was, going to visit other high school coaches, we were talking protection, they always wanted to keep the running back in. I'm a firm believer in getting them out because at the end of the day, the defense has more defenders than you have eligible receivers, and I don't want my running back just hanging in the backfield. And then we'll talk about what we call 60 protection, which is a double dual read man protection that we kind of put together back in summer 2012 and 13 and using, and we've been using it kind of ever since. Collective effort. And when I mean a collective effort, I mean your head coach has to be involved in this. I mean, it's kind of a team thing because this year, last year, and in 2012 and 13 at Southern, we really had one quarterback. And I coached these past 2 seasons with one quarterback. So getting him hurt kind of would ruin our season. So the backup usually isn't as good. And that's the main reason why everybody kind of has to be on the same page. Communication is another key. Everybody has to talk the same language. Players, coaches, They always have to be communicating at practice. I would get on you. The offensive line wasn't talking. The running back wasn't talking. The quarterback wasn't talking, because we're all in this together. There's no need to keep secrets. I don't care if the defense knows that, hey, look, you and I are blocking this guy and we're working. It doesn't matter to me. I honestly don't care. It's irrelevant. It's cool that they know. But my main thing is, as long as we're on the same page, we can defend against whatever the defense is trying to attack us with. And I didn't let the players say, like, well, this guy, because what I hated was talking to my quarterback and we're trying to work out a problem or issue that we're facing. He's talking about this guy. No, everybody in the room had to talk about how we identified it as the Sam, Mike, Will, the strong safety that was down. We would start our count, strong safety, Sam, Mike, Will. Everybody was on the same page and we all spoke the same language. That way the quarterback like, hey, look, every time we do this, the Will's coming off the edge, blah, blah, blah. And I could be like, cool, all right, this is how we're going to defend it. So we're going to talk about man and half side protection. Before you talk about protections, I think you got to get into how you identify 3 down versus 4 down. For us and for me, anytime a guard's covered, we're going to say it's 4 down. I don't care if it's one of them, both of them, that's the rule. And I'm a huge rule guy. Like, I don't try to live in a gray area. To me, everything is black and white. And that's kind of how I coach. It's kind of how I give my players the information. These are the rules. Stick to your rules. And when the rules are no longer right, we'll fix them. But stick to your rules, stick to your guns, and we'll fix everything else. So to us, that's how we have different rules for 3 down versus 4 down. And how we identify it is, if a guard's covered, we're going to say it's 4 down. If the guard's uncovered, we're going to say it's 3 down. And obviously, this is what I mean by growing as a progression from this, the half slide, to what we'll talk about in a few. So obviously, man protection, I mean, everybody kind of knows the rule. Let's say you have a 5-man box, you're in 2x2, the Sam is over one side, the Will's on the other side. The offensive lineman have the 5 down on the mic. The running back, obviously, say he's lined up on the right, wearing the gun. He has the Sam. Quarterback, you know, if the Will come, you're hot. So our rules for the offensive tackle is no matter what. And we're talking about man protection on or outside. That's his rule. That's how he knows it. That's how he's going to remember it. And his rule never changes. The guard are on or over. So, I mean, if the guard's uncovered and the backer's over him, hey, look, that's your guy. That's how we're going to do it. Same thing for the center, on or over. And obviously the running back, you have anything off the edge to your side. Boom, it's done. They're your rules. Ain't no gray area. There's nothing to think about. You're good to go. Half slide protection. So the backside tackle, the guy tackle away from where it's slide. And he has big on big rules. His rules never change. So he can just go back to his man rules when he writes his notes down. Hey, look, I'm on or outside. And the offensive line, and we talk about on paper, you guys have the 4 down on the Sam. So let's say we're sliding to our strength. You guys have the 4 down on the Sam. The running back, you have the Mike to the next backer over to any secondary defender. That's your rule. That's what it is. That's how you, and you just stick to your rules and you're good to go. The first uncover is going to start the slide. And I mean, we say that, and I kind of learned it going from college down to high school. Sometimes the kids didn't really get it. So look, bro, here's the rule. It's either going to be the backside guard or the center. One of you two going to start the slide. The 2 guys that's already on the right, if we're sliding right, they're sliding regardless. It don't matter. So look, it's between one of you two. So if you look to your left and he has a 3 center and you're uncovered, you're starting to slide. And guard, if you look to your right and the center's covered, you're uncovered. Now you're starting to slide and everybody has a gap. Tackle, you got a C gap. Guards, you got the B gap. Center, you got the front side A. Backside guard, if you're uncovered, you got the backside A. And another key that I also would talk to people, they always forget to tell their players, if you have a backside 3 on that guard and you're the center, you got a nose, and he slants across your face, you got to carry it. So we'll look at some clips later on where center thought he had help, doesn't have help. The guy just went and ran free and smacked the quarterback. So that's kind of huge. And you kind of, once again, it goes back to communication. Everybody has to be on the same page. So my O-line coach is somewhere in here. His name is Terrell Lee. Did a hell of a job for us this year. I hired him this year. Obviously, wherever I go, if I can bring him, I'm gonna bring him because he's a hell of a coach. And he did a hell of a job coaching these guys up. And obviously, he played for me, so that's a good thing about it. Obviously, is I've been able to move up the ranks. Some of my former players have been able to join my staff. Giving your quarterback the keys. So I want the quarterback to have the protection. I talk to people like, man, you put too much on your quarterback. And I know it's a lot. We meet a lot. Are they always right? No. But 99% of the time, they're usually good because we rep it, we walk through it, see it on film, and we just go on over. Because like I explained to them, I'm not on the field. They could shift at the last minute. I send in the protection. It's not what we want. Then you try to change it. This person say I didn't hear it, and now it's just a cluster. Well, look, you're responsible for it. I'm putting it on you. You protect yourself. I'm going to show you how to protect yourself. And when you don't do it right, and I'll show you a clip later, I won't have any sympathy for you. We'll get through it, and I'll talk to you, and we'll draw it up, and I'll show you what you did wrong. But, hey, look, I don't have any sympathy for you because I know you know it. And obviously, if your quarterback can't handle it, I get it. Kind of go from there. And it'll make more sense when I get on the board and start drawing some of this stuff. I just wanted to get through this stuff so I can kick off this screen and go to other stuff. Not wasting your running back. It's a numbers game. At best, you have 5 eligible guys to receiver pass. And 5 is better than 4. So anytime you just have your running back just sitting in the backfield wasting, I mean, you're doing the defense a favor. And I'm a firm believer, even in my quick game, running back, you have a route. You're going to check protection, and you're going to know based on, boom, we're in 2-by-2, they're too high, one guy in the box. Well, the safety's 13, 14 yards back. They're not bringing anybody off the edge. So you're going to take a quick peek. We going out. We getting out, and that's just what we're going to do. Another thing that I see it gets a lot of people in trouble is their alignment with their running back. If I know as an offensive coordinator that you're always sliding away from your running back, well, then I just radio to my DC. Just put 2 on the back every single play. You'll force the quarterback to throw hot. So what I do when I was coaching running backs, and as long as I've been a coordinator, look, running back, you're going to align to where your route is. So that means you got to cross protect. You might be on the right. The slide might come right. You might have to look left and still run your route right. So and I think that's huge because that way defenses can't just tee off, or anytime the back is, wherever the back is, just blitz 2 on the back, and then they're going to force you to throw high, and then it's just a cluster. Obviously, the running backs, they have to understand protection. They got to speak the same language as you, the quarterback, the offensive line. And it's one of those things that every Sunday night, every kid on our offense would get a blitz cut up. And I would break it down to 6-man blitzes, 5-man pressures. And if they're a saw team, weak fire, strong fire, whatever it was, they would get it. We would go over it, and we would meet on Monday, and we would put a lot of time and emphasis on this so everybody's on the same page. Our O-line coach did a hell of a job. That if they weren't communicating, you're going to got out to practice because it's that serious. Because we literally went through this entire year at one quarterback. If our quarterback got hurt this year, we would have to move a receiver to quarterback, and then it just turns into a shit show when you all could just communicate, talk, and then he can be upright and he can do what he does best. All right, so this is the last slide before we get on the board and start watching some film. So 60 protection. It's a double dual read man protection, and it'll make more sense once I show you on film and I draw on. But I just wanted to give you guys a rule. So 3 down. So 3 down. So let's say there's a 3-down team because 3 down is always the easiest to understand when I'm trying to explain. And we're in 2-by-2. We're in 10 personnel, 2-by-2. They got 2 high safeties, and our strength is to the right. So for us, we would say the Sam is apexing or on top of the slot. Then would be the Mike, the Jack, and then the Will. So those are 4 backers and the 3-down linemen. So if you're the offensive tackle, you're going to identify the first, second level threat outside of the box. So let's start with the left tackle. We'll work our way down. So if I'm the left tackle, I'm going to look out. So boom, the guy over the slot, that's my rule. That's the first, second level threat outside of the box. So I'm going to identify him. That's my 1. And then the offensive guard, the left guard, is going to identify the first outside threat on the first level. So let's say they got a 5. Boom. Defense in. You 2 guys are responsible for those 2 guys. The center is always going to set for the nose and nearest shade. Now, we moved the tight end from center, so if he can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, I think the kid might have been 215 pounds. We were kind of didn't have the greatest personnel up front, but coach did a hell of a job coaching him up, moved the tight end, and he went to center and understood it. And if the center can fight, and then obviously you stand a chance. Now, we played the school called Jesuit. They had a nose tackle that was hell on wheels, so we kind of didn't want to leave him on the island. But basically, your center is going to be 1-on-1. So if he can handle it, we're good to go. Then obviously the same thing for the right guard. right tackle. Right tackle, follow your rules. You're going to identify the first, second level threat outside the box. So now that's your Sam. Obviously, right guard, you got the 5 on the right. You 2 guys are responsible. And the running back, you got the 2 inside backers. And that's just how we go. So just think about it. And I'm going to draw it up, see it on film. I know a lot of people are visual because I know I am. So we're in 2x2. And the tackles, running back, quarterback, everybody got to be on the same page. Because our rule was they're 10 yards or deeper, we ain't got to worry about them coming. Now, if the safety start creeping down to 9, 8, now our antennas are going to start coming up and say, hey, well, now they can start bringing these guys off the edge if we're in a 3x1 or a 2x2 set. And the tackle, both tackles will look, hey, look, I'm going to check the safety. He's 12 yards deep. We're in 2x2, and this is how detailed we would be, and this is how we would communicate to each other that we're in 2x2, safety's 12 yards deep. I know this guy over the slot's not coming. So they would make a flip call. So now they both, on both sides, they would make the flip call. The tackles would, and they would flip onto the inside backers. So now the 5 of them have the 3 down linemen and 2 backers, and the running back is like, boom, I got to get out of jail free card. I don't even have to worry about protection. I'm out. So this is one thing that was super beneficial to us, and we were good to go. And like I said, man, I was fortunate enough to GA under a great guy. I forgot where he got this from, but we've been implemented since 2013, won a championship with him. Oh, his name is Chennis Berry, by the way. He's the head coach at Benedict College in South Carolina. If you want to talk O-line play, go visit him, but he's really helped me. What's up, Coach?
You got a question here, Coach. If both middle backers come in the 30, who is hot then?
Nobody. Because, so think about it. And I'm going to draw it on the board. So if you let me get to the side, I'll draw it for you and you see a visual. But think about it. So we got a 5 and we're in 2x2, and we already identified that both tackles say, hey, look, those guys aren't a threat to come. Well, they're going to make the flip call, and that's letting them know now they're 1 and 2 is that 5 and that interior backer on both sides. So basically the center's still going to man the nose, and then the right guard, right tackle, you guys are responsible for that 5, and you guys are responsible for that Mike. So that's how we identify the backers, that Mike on that side, and then the same thing on the other side. They would be responsible for the jack. So the left tackle, left guard, you got the 5 in the jack. So however they unfold, I mean, I don't care if he ran you all the way to the bleachers. One guy did a back flipping. You 5 are responsible for those 5, and we good to go. And the back is rolling. We're dropping back. And it got to the point that we were just looking at pressures, and teams just eventually were like, you know what? We just won't blitz them anymore because we can't get home. Like, they got to answer for everything. And we sit there, like I said earlier, I mean, that was my job. Like, he set me down and made me go through it and pretty much draw up almost every single blitz that we could think of, and it worked. So now I'm going to start talking about 4-down rules before I cut some video on. I got my whiteboard, and we can draw some stuff up because it'll be a lot more clear once we get the film rolling. So 4-down rules. The main thing here, if we get a mirrored front, we got to check out of it. So we come to the line, and we're saying, boom, we're rolling. We don't even have to call it protection anymore. Everybody knows it's 60. We're rolling, and we get a mirrored front. Let's say we get 2 threes. Boom. They know that we have to check out of it because the center's number 1 rule is we said he's going to set for the nearest node or shape. Now he doesn't have one. So that's why, I mean, everything is ruled up. So there's no gray area. Look, you have no one to set to. We said anytime they gave it a mirrored front, we got to check out of it. We good to go. So we're going to check out of it. We usually check to a half side protection, which worked for us too. But so now we're talking about 4-down. So let's talk about the 3-5 side first. The tackle on the 3-5 side, he's just going to follow his man rules. Same thing for the guard. So let's say we got a 3 and a 5. Cool. You 2 are responsible for those 2. However it sorts out. I don't care where they go. You 2 block them. Say we got they're in the over front. So obviously you got the shade on the center. Go back to your rules. Our rule says you have the nose and nearest shade. There he goes. It's black and white. It's on the paper. There is no gray area. You're going to block him. Now, shade 5 side, the tackle. Oh, I think I heard you need a bottle? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, my wife and I just had our first kid. So they're here. But so on the shade 5 side, same thing. Center, you got the nose, same rules apply. Obviously, you're going to try to identify the first, second level threat outside of the box. Guard, you got the 5, and that's your 1 and 2, and you guys want to be responsible for them. And the running back, you're going to start on the 3-5 side, and you're going to work outside in. You're going to identify those second level threats inside out, and those are your guys. And if they come, we good to go. So let me exit out of this. We'll watch some cut-ups, and then I'll get on the board, and we can go from there. Share my screen. All right, so I have the clips arranged in order. From first, we're talking about communication. So we're playing Jesuit High School, and this is 2 years ago, and I think they had one of the best D linemen in the state of Louisiana. So this is a half slide protection. We're sliding it left. Our right tackle is wrong. We talked about it earlier. His rule is he's the slide is going away from him. Your rule is man on or outside. You got a guy on him. Doesn't block him. He blocks a guy that the quarterback knows should be hot. He should throw hot off of. It works himself out. So watch this play because the quarterback's about to get crushed on the next play, and they're going to run the same exact blitz. And this is what I mean. Everybody has to be on the same page. What's up, Coach?
There's a question here. How do you communicate sim pressures where we usually don't know until post-snap?
Well, it kind of just goes back to your rules now. But I'm also a firm believer that if you watch enough film, you'll find some tendencies. They're going to show you something because even if they want to hold a too high shell and roll down, because we're talking about high school and even college. Now, obviously, it gets even a little bit difficult in college. Their guys can hold the shell a little bit longer and try to confuse you. But at the end of the day, if you hold true to your rules, you're fine. And that's why we ruled everything up. Coach Barry did a hell of a job of ruling everything up. Look, these are our rules and we're fine. Because regardless, if we're doing a half slide and you come late, if I'm the tackle and you're coming off the edge, I got the C gap. You got the widest rusher. It doesn't matter where he comes from. It could be the corner into the boundary, and this is what I mean by communication, everybody being on the same page. That tackle on that side, let's say it's the right tackle, ball on the right hash, he's into the boundary. All of a sudden, the safety's outside of the hash. He ain't been there all game. Well, that's ding, 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 ding. Probably the center, the cornerback is about to come off the edge. They're going to bring the Cobra, corner blitz. Well, he needs to see that, and even if they do show it and he comes late, I got the C gap, and my rule kind of takes care of everything. My rule says if I'm on the slide side and I'm that tackle, I got the widest rusher, I got the C gap, and it works itself out because he should fall right into your lap. So you'll see it, boom, yeah, we throw the touchdown, but it's not as clean as we wanted. And obviously, we want to protect it better than that.
Coach, it was asked if you guys play fast.
Yeah, we play fast. So this is the point. So when we implemented 60 protection, that's one less thing everybody had to think about. You already know what the protection is. You're going to run 60. We're going to roll. We're going to play fast and kind of go from there. Now, I did vary my tempos. We did get in the huddle. We did get in under center. I'm not an air raid, spread, run and shoot guy. I'm a West Coast guy. So if it was up to me, I would live in 21-12, and I would give you a whole bunch of different looks if I didn't have. But obviously, I didn't have those kind of kids. So if I was ever a coordinator in college and I kind of recruited, I'm more that kind of ground and pound, play action kind of thing. But the athletes we had, we kind of implemented a lot of stuff. But obviously, our past concepts were still some West Coast stuff. But we do play fast and we do play slow. But this is the point. Once the kids mastered this, you already knew what the protection was. All I had to do was signal in the play, and we were ready to go. So we could run, get back on the ball. We didn't have to worry about protection. We were good, and we were just going to go. All right, so you can kind of see the right tackle. He's pointing. The guy, he hasn't been here all game. Now he's walking down. He's walking down. This is what I mean by communication. You can see the right tackle and the running back. Everybody on the same page. You just got to protect ourselves. Now, obviously, did they execute it right? No. But look at the left tackle. He's wrong. Quarterback slid to protection left. We went 61. You got the widest rusher. You got the C gap. So I think in the 2 years I've been at St. Aug, I think we gave up 23 sacks in 2 seasons. And the offensive line probably really gave up, I'd probably say 13. Because I don't punish the offensive line when the quarterback does stupid stuff. So this is bad by the offensive line. So this is one of the sacks that counted against them. But look, we got 3 for 3. We good over here, and we shouldn't have any issues in pass protection. Now there's another hit on the quarterback, and that I'm pissed off. You can see it clear. Shouldn't happen. Rules. All right, center, your rule, if we're talking about strictly just half-side protection, all right, you know he has a guy back here on the right guard. He shaded on him. You got to carry him. Fine. He's yours. You two. You have them. Right guard. You got the B gap. And you know if he's coming off the edge, he's going to slant inside. So that's another thing where I think everybody has to be on the same page. Everybody has to communicate. Everybody has to know what you're telling the quarterback, what the offensive line coach is telling the offensive line. Because our kids at Southern just knew, oh, if you come off the edge and I got a 5, well, you coming inside. Like, they would literally be, like, looking at pressures, and you could look across the field and see the defensive coordinator getting frustrated because our kids were just so in tune. They knew their rules. They knew what to look for, and they were good to go. So now this is another bad communication. And look at the running back. He's doing what I hate. Bro, we good. We want you out because you might have been the throw, but you're hanging in the backfield. Now, this is the one where the quarterback's going to get crushed. Now, this is on the right tackle. He slid it right. We're right. He did exactly what I asked him to do. He slid the protection right. Now, I don't know why he decided to look left. We can get into that a whole nother day. But on paper, we're right. We got 5 for their 4. And he gets smoked. I didn't think he was going to get up. Kid was tougher than I thought. But this is the same play we just threw the touchdown on. Running back should have been the throw. But the guy shouldn't even been there. He shouldn't even touch the quarterback. So I'm on the field, livid, going ape shit because right tackle, just follow your rules. Like, and I don't want to be a jerk to the kids, but I always tell them, we don't pay y'all, we don't ask y'all to think. Just do what the rules say and they take care of everything else. Because I didn't want to have to think as a player either. Just roll everything up so I can just go roll and play fast. What's your rules say? If we're sliding right, I'm on the slide side, right tackle, I got the widest rusher, I got the C gap. Guy coming off the edge, smokes some quarterback. What's up, coach?
Got a couple questions here. In regards to earlier when we're talking about you guys playing fast, it was asked just how it's all communicated when you guys are going fast as far as the protection goes.
We didn't. So the quarterback I'll draw it on the board and we'll just get some. He knew based on the defense and obviously the film study and kind of everybody did that where to slide the protection. And it wasn't long. Like my thing to the quarterback was just make a decision and live with it. But my thing with him was he knew if I slid the protection right, where I was hot on the other side and vice versa. But you could, and we'll get to some clips later that you can just kind of see based on what the defense is doing, the quarterback just knew which way to send the protection. Now, once they mastered that, then we would just run 60 protection, and he didn't even have to say anything because the offensive lineman knew about the play. It was a pass, and they already knew what it was. They knew it was 60, running back knew it was 60, and we would just roll. So protection was eliminated out of his mouth. He didn't have to say anything. Only way he would have to say something to the offensive line was if they gave us the mirrored front and he wanted to slide it left versus right. But I also put a lot of this on my center, and that was kind of a good thing about having an offensive line coach that played in the system and that was a hell of a player is he could communicate with them, and they were so well coached up and just knew how to look at the defense that they the quarterback was sending the protection the wrong way. He would just look back, no, slide it left. Because once again, I'm going to preach to my quarterback wherever I go. The objective is to get the running back out, and we always want to get him out. But I'm showing the protection being on the quarterback didn't slow us down. Like, it wasn't like he was at the offensive line giving a dissertation and he were having to re-mic. Look, bro, the ball's in the boundary, the running back's is on the right, the ball's on the right hash. The threat of the pressure is coming from the left, slotted left. It wasn't like he was having to have some elaborate kind of conversation at the line of scrimmage. He just knew based on the formation, and I'll get on the board and I'll show you some as we keep going, which way to go. And the offensive line knew. So, I mean, the more we repped it, the better he got. And that's what I mean by everybody having to be on the same page. It's because, like, I used to go to my DC and my head coach, man, screw 7-on-7. I hate 7-on-7. Man, put the ball down. We go on team blitz. I want you to throw the kitchen sink at us, and we're going to try to pick it up. And if you kick our ass today, you're going to kick our ass, but we're going to be better on Friday or Saturday night when we play.
And then the other question here, Coach, was how do splits play a factor in protection?
We always wanted to have 2-foot splits. Other than that, they really didn't. It doesn't bother me. The O-line coach is here somewhere. I might tap him in at the end, and maybe he has a better answer for you. But we always wanted 2-foot splits, run game, pass game. Unless we're backed up, we're going in. That's kind of how we played it, and it didn't bother us. Like that's just what it was. So I mean, I'm sure that's probably not the greatest answer, but that's how we did it. So yeah, he gets smoked because the right tackle isn't following his rules. Once again, even the receivers got to the point they were involved. Look at my left tackle. He's pointing like, hey, look, because you can't see it. I mean, we didn't have a back shot. We didn't have resources for that kind of stuff. But you can see the safety starting to roll down, and now we good to go. We good. Pocket's clean, running backs out. We have no issues. Now, and all this stuff, I meant to mention it earlier. This is on paper. We got 5. They have 5. We have 6. They have 6. We should be able to protect it. Now, if your guy's just better than mine, because I know I've been that offensive guy, and I'm sure defensive guys too. Well, my guy's going to get home. Okay, if your guy's just better than my guy, well, he's going to kick my guy's ass, and he's just going to disrupt again. Because we had a defensive end that if he wanted to bring it some days, he could just disrupt practice. I can't do anything about that. But what I can tell you, if you rules your pass protection up, everybody understands the rules, and everybody's good, and it's an equal playing field, you should be able to pick up almost any blitz, and you're good to go. See it from a better angle. He's pointing out. He knows he's communicating. And if he knows that he's coming off the edge, he's probably coming inside. So we good to go. I'm going to skip ahead so we can get on the board. Slid the protection left. Great. And this is what I mean by the quarterback knowing. You know he's not a threat to come. You know he's not coming. He probably is. So I would have preferred him to slide it right, but he doesn't. But now the back knows he's mine. Watch him around the quarterback. I can step him in the pocket, and I'm good to go. Because think about it. If he slides it right, running back isn't forced to stay in. Like, once again, we're wasting the running back. Our job is to make sure he's out. Another communication issue. It shouldn't look like this. Quarterback slides protection right. What's going on? Look, you got the widest right. C gap, B gap, A gap, A gap. You're good to go. All right. Another running back, young guy. I don't know how he got in the game. But quarterback, slides protection right. Great. Left guard's wrong. He should be sliding. He's uncovered. He should be going right. Running back, what are you doing? That's not your guy. So that's what I mean by communicating, everybody being on the same page, because he should be out on this route, over here occupying this backer, this wheel backer. All right, this is another look. Like, obviously, film studying the quarterback knowing the quarterback is going to slide the protection left. Obviously, we're in 2-by-2. They got 2 high safeties, but this safety's down. He's lower than 10 yards. We're free releasing the back. So even if your quarterback had no sense of really what was going on, just play the numbers game. Look, bro, and obviously you hope every defensive coordinator is going to be sound, but they're children like our kids are children. They're going to make mistakes. Well, I doubt they're going to blitz this guy and just leave him uncovered. Doubt they're going to blitz him. We know we're free releasing the back. So just where do you think the pressure could come from? Well, I could come from the left, coach. Slide it left. Now, but tackle wrong. We should have no issues. So we're getting the pressure on the quarterback for no reason. You slide it left, you already know he's coming. Into the boundary, antennas should start ringing, ding, 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 shorter distance to go. Quarterback's right. Quarterback slid it left, tackle's wrong. Now he's running for his life. We'll get to some 60 protection clips soon. All right, quarterback is going to slide the protection right. You can see how it works out when it's supposed to. He's the first to uncover. You start to slide. You guys are manned up. A gap, B gap, C gap, anything across your face, you got to carry it. Nice clean pocket. Quarterback just rushes for no reason. You don't have any issues. We good. And this kid right here is a tight end that played tight end all spring, all summer, first 3-4 games of the year. We needed a center because the kid got hurt. He's a team guy. He's 200-something pounds, and this is probably one of the perennial teams in the state of Louisiana, John Curtis. And, I mean, we lost at the wire. But my thing is if you give the kids rules, their rules hold true and they're good to go. So let's go to 60 and then we can get on the board. All right, so this is some of my quarterback slides so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. All right, you got one high safety. We'll say he was the strong safety, Sam, Mike, Jack, Will. We got 3 eligible receivers over here. And we just knew by film study, they usually always try to bring it to the boundary. Quarterback already knew he's not coming. He's not. And we knew anytime he mugged up, he was bluffing. So he's not coming. So you slide the protection left. Boom, we good to go. It's picked up. Could have thrown the ball. I don't know why he didn't, but we're protected. See it again from the back view. You can just see how it unfolds. Boom. What am I doing? Yep, you got that A gap, you got that A gap, you got the B gap, you got the C gap, and we're good to go. Pocket's clean. He can stay in it. What else you want? Number 90 was hell on wheels. Now, towards the end of the year, we started doing more check with me because it helped him. I couldn't overload this kid like I overloaded the kid last year. And obviously, that's where you as a coach got to understand your players, and I had to take some off of them. I didn't take the protection off of them, but we did more check with me kind of stuff. Slid it right, we good to go, but wasting the running back. He does not help us being right here. So that's why I'm probably somewhere fussing because he needs to be out on the route. He's to throw. He's supposed to be over here. It's H drive. And our drive concept, he always places the shallow. He should be over here catching this ball, but instead he's hanging in the backfield. Good thing for an athletic quarterback. So let's go to some 60 clips. Now, this is the last kind of quarterback side I'll show you. All right, they're going 3 over 3. Well, you know, none of these guys are probably coming just based on the defense. And these are conversations we used to have on our quarterback meet. And I thought it was huge because the more and more comfortable he got with it, the less and less you had to worry about it. You just knew he was going to be able to protect himself. We got 3 receivers, eligible receivers. They have 3 defenders. We good. So where can the potential pressure come from? Over this side. So I'm pretty sure he slipped protection left. He did. Now, was it blocked great? No. But still, we should be good to go. All right, so this isn't us, but here's an example. This is Ponchatoula playing somebody. They're in the 3-down front. I think this is Brother Martin. I'm talking like you guys know who these people are. So this is where 60 would come in. Now, just look what happens to them. You waste the back and you get pressure. The center would man the nose. This is your 1. This is your 2. Left tackle, left guard. This is your 1. This is your 2. Right tackle, right guard. Brat, you got the 2 inside backers. There you go. We good to go. You can guarantee our back gets out because all they're doing is bringing some little sort of saw, and we good. They should be looking this in the staring it down in the face, protecting, and this kid should be throwing the cover off the ball. So let's look at some of our clips. So this is against the state champions in the state of Louisiana, Rummel High School. So they're in a 3-down front too. And you can see them, they're communicating. Look up top at the left tackle and left guard. They're talking to each other. Burn out 60. So center, rules. Your rule says you're going to set for the shade or the nose. Their rule is I'm going to find the first, second level defender outside of the box. There he goes. So this is their 1 and 2. 1, 2 for left tackle, left guard. You guys have them. You're manned up on the nose. Same thing over here. First, second level defender outside the box. Boom, I got you. This is their 1. This is their 2. So for our count, this would be the strong safety. Sam, Mike, Jack, Will. So you guys got the end, the Will, got the end, and this is initially. But they're going to make a flip call. And the flip call, like we talked about earlier, is just saying, hey, look, as a tackle, I'm going to look at the defense. I can't just come down with my head on the ground. I'm surveying the field. He's looking at the defense just like the quarterback's looking at the defense, just like the running back should be looking at the defense. Hey, man, we 3 over 3. Ain't no way this guy's coming. Just not. Not in this presentation, not in this look, not from film review. They're going 3 over 3. He's not coming. Well, make the flip call. Take a guy off the running back. So now we'll identify these 2. The running back is over here on the left. Somebody has to be responsible for him. Doesn't make any sense to blitz him and let him run free and ask him to come chase him, not when you got one of the better athletes in the league. So you already knew 5 wasn't the potential to come. So if they're going to bring any pressures on the inside, look, we got it picked up. No issues. Don't have to waste the running back, and we're good to go. I thought we had a back shot, but we don't. What's up, Coach?
There's a couple of questions. One was in regards to the running back, and what are the running back's release rules on these protections?
So running back release rules. So I'm telling him to align to wherever his route is going to take him. So he has a flat on the right, you need to run up to the right. And I've never been the guy to kind of overcoach that kind of stuff. Look, dude, I'm big on landmarks. I'm big on where you have to be, how you get there. I don't care. If you need to go inside of the tackle because the tackle kick wide to get a guy rushing off the edge, so be it. Just get back on your landmark, get where you got to go. Obviously, ideally, I would want you to go outside of the tackle, but I'm not really that big of a stickler on where you insert because, like I said, being in the West Coast offense, I mean, it can get jumbled in there. So you kind of just got to do what you need to do to get out. What's the next one?
What are your coaching points for a cross blitz to the slide side?
Cross blitz. So is your cross blitz just this? Like you got to ask him, I need a little more because his cross blitz might not be my cross blitz. But if he's asking what I think he's asking, or they just switch like this and they both hit the A gap, well, it goes back to your rules. So let's say we're sliding left and it's a 6-man box. The Sam's out the box. You got the Mike and the Will. The Will's going to the front A gap, and the Sam's going to the backside A gap. If we go on half slide, because usually you're going to get 2 threes when they're trying to do something like that. So if we're running 60, the quarterback already knows I got to slide it left, I got to slide it right, because my rule says if I get a mirrored front, we cannot run this protection. So he's already going to check out of it. So let's say he slides it left. Well, if he slides it left, whoever goes in that front of the A gap, that center is going to block him. Then the running back's going to get the other one. They just pretty much switch responsibilities because the rule says the offensive line has the 4 down in the sand, but we know the sand's not a threat to come. So we're going to block the 4 down to Mike. Running back, you got the will to any secondary defender. And then at this point, if one of the guys runs into the gap, well, if it's my gap, you block him. The running back's going to make everybody right. And I think I have a clip of it. I can go back to it, and we're good to go.
He was saying the linebacker blitzes C gap and the DN goes B gap, and he was asking more from a technical side than assignment.
Asking
like the coaching points as far as technique.
On who? The running back or the
Coach Cavallo, are you in regards to the line or the running back? The slide side.
Okay, the slide side. So if we know a guy's coming off the edge, and man, I'm trying to. So if we're being technical, obviously I usually don't get into all that. But if we really wanted to, so we're sliding left. Obviously, the tackle is just not going to just kick wide. And now I'm kicking myself out of the frame because I'm kind of walking through it. He's not going to just blindly just kick out to the left. Or let's say we're just sliding left. No, he's going to step, boom. And if he sees him coming, I'm going to wait for him to come get me. But he can also give a hand if he already knows that, hey, look, I got a 5. Guys coming off the edge. I can give a hand to help my guard. And then I can just see this guy because my eyes on him. Like, he ain't watching the person. He's watching the area. I got a C gap. I've already identified the guy that's coming off the edge. It's going to be in my gap. I know he's coming from distance. I'm not just going to leave my guard. I'm going to help him. I'm going to leave a hand there, but my eyes are still going to be in my gap, and I'm going to be watching that guy as he comes towards me. And then the guard knows, well, I'm sliding that way too because I'm responsible for this B gap. He's going to overtake him, tackle, you pop, you go get him, and we good to go. So hopefully that answered your question. But if not, my O-line coach is in here somewhere, and he can get real technical, nitty-gritty with you. So this is obviously back to the 60 protection we talked about. And this is another thing. Guys need to see this. He's on his toes. He's coming. But look, we just sitting. We look at it. No pressure. We good to go. Get a completion. And it was tough to kind of put some of these clips on here because whoever won this game was going to win the state championship and in my eyes. So once again, we're talking 60 protection. Let's just go through the rules. Center, you're going to set for the nearest shade of the nose. He's right there. You guys going to identify your 1 and 2, your 2 threats. You got the end. We got the Sam. Same thing on the other side. You got the end. You got the will. And they're talking. Look at the left guard. Look at the right tackle. They all communicate with each other. It doesn't take a lot of time. But it goes back to practice. We talk every day in practice. We talk in meetings. Like, you can't sit in my meeting room and just chill. No, because I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to put you on the board. We're going to communicate. I'm going to put you on the spot. We're going to walk through. We're going to talk. We talk. If I see you in the school, we're going to talk, and we're going to talk, and we're going to keep talking. We're looking at it. We're good to go. No issues in protection. And I think this team gave up 45 combined points the entire season going into this game, and we scored 34. Now, granted, it was the second time we played them, but hell, to say you only gave up 45 points and to say we scored 34, I think we had a hell of a plan, and we were really good up front because they by far had the best defense that we played against, and number 5 is hell on wheels, and he's going to do a hell of a job at Vandy. But look, we're just looking at it. Now, obviously, I wish this left guard helped the tackle. Anytime we can get a double team, we can. So don't just sit there just blindly and just going through the motions. Go help out. So they're going to communicate with each other, and we're good to go. Now, my quarterback is super slow. He took forever for him to sometimes see stuff from the sideline. But look, we have no protection issues, and we're good to go. And we didn't have great offensive linemen. They were just coached well and knew their rules. He's a former defensive lineman. I think his kid is 5'7", 300 pounds. This kid is 5'6", 5'7", 260, if that. The only two true offensive linemen we had were the tackle positions. Other than that, all these guys should be doing something else. And he just fought his tail off. And he just knew his rules. He was smart. And one thing you weren't going to do is sack the quarterback. Another example of it. Once again, 3 over 3. Tackle already knows he probably ain't gonna come. He's not coming. So now you're 1 and 2. They will make the flip call. This is their 1. This is their 2. Now, was it blocked perfectly? No, but it should have been. And you get you a TD out of it. Same thing. Their 1 and 2 should be 1 right here and right there. And it's good. They communicated. And this is guaranteed that our back is out. And that's my number 1 rule as an offensive guy, as a former quarterback. I need my back out. I don't want to waste him in pass protection, and we good to go. Touchdown. Now, he's being fat and being lazy, but they're talking and they're communicating, and that's all we would ask of them. Because at the end of the day, our rules held true and they worked. Oh, I skipped too many. We'll watch a few more, then I'll get on the board and I'll draw any pressure you guys want. We can kind of talk through it. Once again, 3 down. This is their 1 and this is their 2. But look, he's stacked behind them. Telltale sign. Is he under the 10 yards like we talked about? Yes, coach. Yes, coach. Well, follow your rules. You already know he's about to come. This, on paper, left tackle, left guard, this 5 is their 1, and this is their other 2. 1, 2, however you want to identify it. But look, coach, you look out here, left tackle, is he a threat to come? No, sir. Just based on the defense, based on the roof, the shell, 1 high safety, he's not coming. And if he did, then I'm sure the defensive coordinator is not telling him to. So what? I make a flip call. Well, now I'm going to take 1 off the running back because he's responsible for the 2 inside backers. Neither one of them come. Running back's out. I mean, I don't know. Quarterback doesn't have to escape the pocket, but he does, so be it. Great. But once you see it up close, we good to go. We got it. We protect it. And I don't care what blitz you try to bring. If you bring 5, we're going to have a hat for a hat, and 9 times out of 10, we're going to be able to get the running back out. If you bring 6, I don't care how you try to do it, running this protection, you're good to go. You're going to be protected, and all you got to do is just tell your quarterback to trust it, and you're good to go. Another look at it. All right, great. This is their 1 and 2. Left tackle, left guard, 1 and 2. Go back to your rules, what we talked about. First, second level defender out of the box. Here's your guy. Running back. Here's your 2. Right tackle. Right guard. This is technically your 1 and 2, but you already know he's not a threat to come. Here we go right here. Looking at it. Got no issues. None whatsoever. And I mean, they toyed with it. They tried to bluff us. They tried to do whatever they wanted to do. But I mean, if you spend time, if you're going to throw the ball, and I'm a firm believer, if you're going to try to drop back and throw the ball 25, 30 times a game, you should probably implement this protection because it's going to help you. And then 2, you got to make sure everybody's on the same page. Because we're at Georgia State at 15. I think we finished 8th in the country in passing. If Nick Arbuckle gets hurt or misses a game, we probably get fired that year. It just is what it is. Like, he saved us. And like Coach Barry used to always tell us, man, we lose our starting quarterback, we're going to go from sugar to shit real quick. And that's kind of something that stuck with me, and I just understood it. Look, if I don't do anything else as an offensive coordinator, we're going to be able to protect the quarterback if I'm going to say we're going to drop back and try to throw it 30 times a game. See it again from the back view. But look, they're communicating. He's talking to him, and they're good to go, and we good. We're rolling. Now, he's lighting the butt. So, yeah, if your guy can beat my center one-on-one, then so be it. But I wish my right guard would help him a little bit more. You already know your 2 is not coming. Help the center. You know he's lighting the butt. He's good to go. Quarterback hangs in there. We drop the ball. It is what it is. This is the last few clips. Same thing. Trying to see if I can get the back view. Perfect. So they're going to say, this is my 1 and this is my 2. I got him. Center. You're going to set for the nose and nearest shade. This is my 1. This is my 2. We good to go. We're in. Shouldn't have any issues. Man, I don't care how they unfold. You two are responsible for those two. And this, I think somebody asked this earlier. What happens if they try to do something different late? Your rules still take care of themselves. Let's go back to the whole picture. I cut it off. He was originally right here. This is their 1 and this is their 2. He was here. Then he tried to run down late. Your rules take care of everything. So that's why I'm a firm believer. If you rule things up, people can't surprise you. Hey, Coach, how much time do I have left?
Let me see. 15 minutes.
All right, cool. So I get on the board. This will be the last one. We'll wrap it up from here. We'll go back to the back view. But once again, your rules hold true. And if you rule everything up, you don't have any issues. Left guard is great. It's my tackle. He's oversetting them for no reason. It's pointless. You got to step that far. Put a hand here. Put your right hand up. Help this guard and look at him. Open the gate, win inside you, blah, blah. Now it is what it is. And this is the one. Well, I was talking about earlier, somebody probably thought I was trying to be facetious. But look where this guy's coming from. Nothing changes. I could say if a guy came from the sideline, he's ours. That's still their 1 and 2, based on the rule. Then the 3 down front. Sam, Mike, Jack, Will for us. So they're going to take the 5 and the Will. They will obviously make the flip call because they know he's not a threat to come. Now the running back knows I only have one guy. Got a Jack. Only guy I got to look at. He don't come, I'm out. He doesn't come, I'm out. But look where the guy's coming from. No issue. The 2 of you guys have them. So, I mean, we're good. We're protected. Obviously, we throw an interception. It's not the greatest, but you can see it from here. You can see the left tackle. He looks out there. I'm sure they're communicating. 51 gives a little hand. We're good to go. But I would like to see them double team this guy better. Like, you got a chance to punish a guy, punish him. Our guys were too nice. I mean, just a bonehead play. Once again, all right, we're in 2x2. We got 60 protection on because at this point in the season, we're rolling. This is the only protection we're running. We ain't running anything else. On paper, this is their 1 and 2. This is their 1 and 2. But we already know we're in 2x2. They got 2 high safeties. Not only does the quarterback know, the running back knows, the offensive line knows. He's not a threat to come. He's not a threat to come just solely based off the defense. So if you can coach your guys up and get them to the point that they understand this, everything is that much easier from the run game to the passing game. So now both tackles will make both 2 flip calls. We'll get double flips. Now the 5 of them, 5 offensive linemen have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Running back knows what? I got to get out of jail free card. I don't have to worry about protection. We good to go. So now we really should have had a center and 2 double teams. Our left guard just in no man's land, which we don't want. So either help the center or help the tackle, but we good to go. But this is why I'm a firm believer you need to get the running back out because they're going to drop 8. And if he's just back here chilling, you got 4 on 8. Who you think going to win? Now, granted, that kid that catches the ball is a stud, but still. All right, so we'll be back to the top. So I'm open for any questions. I'm about to stop sharing this and get on the board. If anybody wants to ask me any kind of protection questions, we can kind of walk through them and go from there.
Yeah, I got one coach here that would like to give you a situation. I'm going to unmute him real quick. Hold on a second.
Okay. Ask him I'll ask him to get on.
Okay. Coach, can you hear us?
Is it for me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Coach, how you doing? I hear
What's
you guys
up?
good. You guys hear me? Good. How are you?
Yes.
Question for you. All right.
Okay.
Out of 3x1.
All right, let me draw it up. So we're in a 3x1. Let me know if you can't see it. That kind of right, kind of small. All right, we're in a 3x1.
All right, I run my protection a little different than you, but based on your rules, what happens? You get a nose. You got your 32. You got your 3 down and your 2 linebackers. 32 front. Okay.
All right, I'm drawing it up.
All right. Now you got your Mike and your Will in the box. They're 5 yards off, base 3-2, and your 2 outside backers are gonna mug so they're there. Draw off the 2 middle backers.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. You got single high.
Uh-huh.
Single high safety. Now, I've seen this before too. It's a little different, but the Will and the Sam are going to be on the line of scrimmage, about 2 yards outside the end.
All right.
All right. No. They're getting closer. 2 yards outside the defensive end. Right there.
Uh-huh.
On the snap of the ball, they're going to bail, and the two Jack and Mike are going to come. What are you going to do with that protection? Because now those guys are going to be sliding out to those guys. You're not going to be able to make a flip call. Now you got two coming. That's what I would do again. And that's the only thing I foresee with your problem right there. Yeah, now Jack's coming free.
Well, the running back is going to get one of them by rule. But yeah, even if he does set and he bails, once again, we would hope you put it on film and they would know if this happens, you got to look inside. Now, if you just ran it against us and we never did, in high school, you're going to get us. Now,
that's the only thing I saw. I do my protection a little different than you, but that's the one thing that I was thinking about that might give you a hard time.
Yeah, so the first time, if you've never put it on film and ran it to us, you might get us. Because obviously the running back, both his guys come. Now the quarterback also knows that if both of these guys come, then I got to throw hot. So hopefully, if this happens, we have something in place where we're going to get the ball out blind. But, I mean, if you ran this and we had never seen it, then you're going to win. But obviously –
now, let me ask you this, though, because I was listening to your talk here. Is your quarterback communicating to your O-line the protection and your O-line's making adjustments without the quarterback knowing, or is he just know? Or who's calling your protection?
The quarterback calls it. But when we got to the
quarterback calls 60, and the line hears 60. They know the rules, and then it goes from there. So then the quarterback, they're just all on the same page visually. Not it's more of a visual thing, isn't it?
Well, I mean. They're talking at the line of scrimmage as well. So it would go like this. When we got probably week 6 of the year, we knew any drop back play, it was 60. And our drop back D word was Drake. So when the quarterback would be like, Drake, because the receivers would obviously see the signal. He didn't have to signal to the receivers. They would look to the sideline. So the quarterback has to play. Offensive line doesn't need to know what pass concept we're running. Only thing he would say is Drake. Drake knows we're running 6 protection. Boom, we good to go. They identify their 1s and 2s. But the quarterback is back there, and he knows it just like they know it, and he sees it. So, obviously, like let's say we're in 2x2. We already know the Will and the Sam on a threat to come. Well, he already knows they're going to flip it inside. So it's one of those things that, I mean, they're talking to each other, but he knows it like they know it, and we're kind of – and we should be good to go.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Very good, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna erase it. But yeah, no, you definitely would. That would definitely give that some issues. But got any more questions, Coach?
Yeah, Coach. Feel free to drop a question, or if anybody wants to give the scenario down here, and we'll give it up to Coach. Let's see. Trying to see if I missed anything from before. There's a question: how long should the backs be in Indy with the O-line?
So the way we did it when I was coaching running backs, we would use some of our pre-practice time, but at least once a week. Like I would go to Coach Barry, like, Coach B, when you want to get together? All right, we got 15 minutes of Indy. All right, this last period of Indy, we're going to come together. And what I would do is, Coach B would come up with the blitzes for the week, and I was responsible for the blitzes. So I would make the blitz cut up, go through them. These are top 6 blitzes. So I would get on Visio, draw the blitzes up, and I would pass out all the, I would bring, let's say, 12 copies to the field. And I would give them to the other offensive linemen. They would line up in the blitz cars, and we would literally just walk through them. So that way we had a visual aid. We got it exactly how we wanted to, and we could slow down the tempo. So that's kind of how we would do it. I would just give them an offensive line coach and be like, hey, look, when this week do you want to get together and let's kind of go through this stuff? And it might be like some weeks it was Wednesday, some weeks it was Tuesday. It kind of just depends on how much that team's going to pressure you and how much time you need it. But this is one of those things that the more and more reps they do it, obviously the better and better they get, and then you have a comfort level. Like it got to the point that I didn't feel like we needed to spend as much time because they kind of grasped the protection and we were kind of good to go. But that's what we would do. Like, we would draw them up. That way kids are engaged and not, playing around. They're giving you the look that you want. And it was easy. Like, hey, look, go to box 1, run this pressure. Go to box 2, run this pressure. Go to box 3, run this pressure. They had it on paper. They could do it. We'd switch the starters out, put the second string in. They would go play defense. That's kind of how we would efficiently walk through a bunch of blitzes in 5 minutes. But I think if you try to hold up one card with one person, everybody runs to the card and look at it, you're going to just waste so much time. So we would just pass out sheets of paper with the blitzes on them. All right, go to box 7, go to box 4, and that's kind of how we did it.
I got you. Coach wants to know if you would be able to send out the PowerPoint that you put together.
Oh yeah, just my phone's been blowing up, Twitter notifications. I'm an open book. You can have anything I have. I'll send you the PowerPoint. You can call me if you have any questions. We can go from there. And when I say that, I mean it. Like, I'm not one of those people that's gonna say reach out that I'm not gonna respond. I'm a texter now, so if you try to call me, I got an infant, so I probably ain't gonna answer. But if you text me, I'll definitely respond. Hit me on Twitter. We'll go from there. And I mean, we can talk individually outside of here, but I will respond. I hate when people do me like that, and so I try not to do it to anybody else.
Coach D, I just unmuted you.
Hey, Coach.
What's up?
Not much, my man. Hope all is well. I just had a quick question for you.
Okay.
All right. Say the ball's on the left hash and the offense lines up in trips right A.
All right. The left hash. Shoot the ball. All right.
All right. And
the
defensive lines gives you a true radar front, so they're giving you a 0 and 2 5s.
Uh-huh.
All right. Most teams 3x1 when they defenses aren't gonna give you too high, but just say they give you a too high shell. So if you could put the nickel Sam, he's apex in 2 and 3.
Yep.
All right. And then you'd have the strong safety aligned over top of number 3. He's at depth though. He's at 12. Say he's at 10 yards. Yep.
Okay.
You got the corner over number 1.
Uh-huh.
All right. You got the free safety on the backside.
Correct.
Same depth. All right. You got the corner over number 1 weak.
Yep.
All right. And then you got Sam stacked over the right end in a 50 technique.
Uh-huh.
All right. Not Sam. Make him the Mike. You already have the Sam. I apologize.
That's all good.
Yep. Put the jack in a 0-0.
Yeah.
And then the wheel in the 50.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The back's to the left. All right. So put him in. So if he's lined up to the left.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now you got 60 protection call. All right.
Yep.
How is the offensive line IDing their 1-2 outside?
All right. So this is crazy. Gremlin did this to us in 2017, my last year at Southern. So this is the same thing. Now, obviously, this goes back to film review. If they're going to do this, and we know this nickel Sam's not a threat to come, or they're going to flip it back on the mic. But to answer your question, they're going to initially go with their initial rules. So this would be their 1 and 2. This would be their 1 and their 2. So the right tackle and right guard have the nickel Sam in the end. Left guard, left tackle have the end and the whip. In the back, you got the jack and the mic. Now, if we just knew the nickel Sam wasn't going to come or wasn't a threat to come, well, right tackle, flip it back on the mic, and now that puts the running back solely on the jack, and the jack don't come, running back, get out. Because that's I guess that's the thing about having rules, and I said it earlier, follow your rules until your rules no longer work, and then we'll fix them as a coaching staff. But that's a great question, because I had kids ask me that, and then it's like, well, coach, I don't know what to do. And I'm gonna tell you, look at your paper. You wrote down your rules, right? Yes, sir. Flip back, go all the way to day 1. What does your rules say? Boom, my rule says I would have the nickel Sam in the end. Well, follow your rules. In the running back, what's your rule? I got the 2 inside backers. I got a jack and a mic. So we good to go. We're protected.
He may have. I think, Coach, there you go. I think you muted yourself by accident. Go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. I had my daughter here. I didn't want her making any noise. But yeah, that was the only question that I had. 60 protection is amazing protection, and Coach Barry's one of the best. But I just had that question and just wanted to see if we'd be on the same page with that.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I mean, Grambling did this to us. But yeah, kind of thing. I would just, like I said, stay true to your rules and then force them to make us not right. Let's not play in a gray area or second guess our rules and then just give them an easy hand.
Okay, perfect. Appreciate it, Coach Sanders.
Yeah, no problem.
Here's a question here. How do you pick up a 4-man side the back with a 4 down?
I mean, are we going to half side into it or are we running 60?
I'm going to unmute him. Hold on.
Okay.
Coach Jerry.
Yeah, Coach, you're in half slide, Coach. Half slide, half man. Man side to the back.
Okay.
So basically, you're down with them. Let's say you front the field 5 to right. You say 5 to the boundary, and then your nickel Sam to the field, and your Mike and Will are both in the box.
Okay.
And then you roll down that weak safety, roll him down, and bring him the edge with the Will backer. Now I'm assuming that you're working 4 down to the Sam.
All right, so you broke up early on, so I'm gonna draw it up. So we're in 3x1 or 2x2.
1, Coach. Coach, you can go 2x2 either way.
All right, whatever is easiest. All right, you said we're in 4 down. We're in over or under.
Over.
All right.
Over.
All right, and how'd you say you wanted the defense aligned?
Mike and Will. Mike in what is that? Mike in a 10.
Okay.
Will, there you go. Sam outside.
Right. All right, I'm about to draw my computer like that.
Sam
right,
is over your Y. Right. Then you got a corner out there to that over there, and you're too high. There you go. Put a free safety. Now roll that safety down. Roll the free safety down. Right. Now what you got to do is now you got to spin that free over. The free. Okay. Now they're gonna 3-zone blitz you right here.
Okay.
And they're gonna avoid that weak side flat. Okay. So now you got that free safety coming off the edge and that Will coming off the edge. There you go. Now, now bring your end inside.
Which gap he's going?
He's got a long stick, Coach. He's going B. Bring him in. Yeah.
So you want
an A
or B?
B. My fault.
Okay.
You throwing hot off of that?
I mean, yeah.
But now remember, your center's sliding the other way.
Right.
Right.
You got to carry
They got 4 down to the Sam. So you're throwing hot off that, correct?
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm thinking sliding it left. So you want me to slide it right?
Yes.
Okay. So he's going to the B gap. Where's the nose going?
He's gonna stay there.
Okay. All right. So we're sliding right. You got the C. You got the B. You have the A. You have the A. Yeah, you got to, because both the running back guy's coming, because the running back has the Mike, the Will, any secondary defender. The Will came and the secondary defender. Now, if you do that, who's going to cover the H?
That's what I'm saying. They're voiding that. That's why I said 3-zone blitz. They're zone blitzing. They're playing cover 3 deep, and they're just voiding that weak side zone.
Oh, if you did that, then he's going to catch 100 hitches, and we're going to work. That's what I would just. You have to throw hot, because if you're going to slide away from it, both the running back guys come by rules. So this is running back 1, running back 2, and he got any secondary defender. So if you bring them both off the edge, I would even just free release the back, man. Screw it. If I know you're going to do that, I run them off, free release the back, and the quarterback would just know I got to throw hot. if you're going to do that to me. And I would just take advantage of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you're going to have to throw high, because anytime you bring 2 on a running back, you got to throw high. And that's what I kind of always, that's why I gave the quarterback the protection, because if we saw this on film and repped it enough in practice, I'm going to say, nah, dude, slide it left. Because they show you every time they do this, he's rolling down, they're breaking him. We're going to slide it left, and we're going to try to get the back out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't slide it left and then borrow the back to pick it up?
You could, yeah. You definitely
slide the whole thing? Okay.
Yeah.
But
the only reason I'm going to say I'm going to try to – okay. All right. Anybody else, Coach?
I'm going to have Coach Cavallo just reach out to Coach Sanders on Twitter, only because I got to get set up for the next one. But, no, it was great stuff, man, to get up on the board. And like you said, man, just reach out to him if y'all had any questions. I know maybe a couple guys maybe had some other scenarios you'd like to throw at him. And, Coach would be more than willing. But, we do got to get rolling to the next one. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Coach, thank you so much for
spending time
with us, man. Absolutely. Right. Once again, guys, feel free to reach out to Coach. Ask him those questions, any more protection questions, throw some scenarios at him, man. Get him on the board again.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.